There are sellers like North Prince who have made over $3 million selling AI art as digital downloads on Etsy. This business can be fun and make a ton of money, but high-level sellers like North Prince have almost 2,000 listings. Now, my name is Alec, and I've been a programmer for over a decade, and I've even written software for million and even billion-dollar companies. And I built a software to automate almost every piece of this Etsy AI art business. And today, I help over 300 sellers do that exact same thing. But the one thing that's always taken a bit more work is actually creating the art designs themselves. In the past, I created 2 systems to automate this process. One was Muse, a custom AI assistant that created best-selling AI art prompts on the fly. However, you would still have to go into Midjourney and copy and paste these prompts in one at a time. So, after seeing that, I created Vega, the permutation warden, who you could copy and paste the Muse prompts into, and he would turn them into a permutation that you could one-shot into Midjourney and generate dozens of prompts all at once. So until today, this has been the dream team wombo combo for creating AI art designs in bulk. However, today everything changes, and there is a brand new AI assistant that does all the work of these 2 AIs as one. This is the grand introduction of the newest AI assistant in the AI Art Sellers Collective, and it is called PromptSmith Studio. In this video, I'm going to walk through exactly how to use it and walk through a real example of how I would use it to post best-selling designs on Etsy. And by the way, this custom AI assistant is totally available to anyone watching this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. On Etsy, spring is coming up fast, and today I want to share an exclusive prompt drop from the AI Art Sellers Collective that walks through 4 spring path designs. So this might seem funny, but these path designs actually crush on Etsy. They just guide your eye through the scene and sort of take you away on this magical journey through the oil painting, right? And all of these look great, and they're based on real bestsellers on Etsy. And so if we go into this post, you can actually see all the prompts right here, okay? And that's what we're gonna use today. I'll provide all these prompts in the description down below, and you can see they're not all that complicated. Many just say oil painting of a winding path with distant hills. This one calls out rule of thirds, which is a great keyword to include. This one's a little more intricate, oil painting with loose expressive strokes. Oil painting of a grassy meadow. The trail cuts through the center and leads toward a sunlit tree line, right? So really nice descriptive keywords that sort of paint the picture, for lack of a better word, of all of these different scenes. Now, we don't actually really have to do much here. We don't have to digest this exact language or any of these keywords. All we have to do is go ahead and copy these prompts and send them to the brand new AI assistant, where it will remix them and create our big list of prompts that we can send right to Midjourney, all in one click. So let's go ahead and do it. I just copied this big batch right here, and I'm actually gonna go to our brand new GPT assistant, PromptSmith Studio. So right when you get onto his page, you are prompted to choose a Midjourney plan, okay? And the reason for this is that each plan has a different format for these bulk permutations, okay? So essentially the automation for Midjourney. Now, if you're on the basic plan, the permutation blocks are small. On the standard plan, they're medium. And on the pro or mega plan, they're large. So let's go with the pro or mega plan for now. If I click this button, this thing is going to get preloaded, right? Got it. I'll format your prompts for the pro plan. And essentially it is now primed and ready for us to paste in our designs. So I'm going to paste them in like this. And real quick, I'm just going to give it a quick dictation to explain exactly what we're looking for here, right? So good morning, PromptSmith Studio. And I just want to say it's a pleasure to introduce you to the world. I think you will do some great things here. And I just wanted to share with you a couple of prompts that created some really nice oil painting path designs. Now, these 4 are best-selling prompts, but I was hoping maybe you could remix them into other paths with maybe different types of scenery and flowers and landscapes and stuff like that. Try to avoid any sort of ARs or any things like that or versions. Just give me the prompts and the permutations, and thank you very much. And I appreciate everything you do. And we'll send this voice command to the AI, see what this thing gives us. So right away, this is a little different than Muse if you're used to that. It's already giving us just this permutation all automatically, right? I'm pretty proud of this thing because now this cuts out an entire additional step, which is going into the second GPT and pasting in a big bullet point list into that thing and going back and forth and then going into Midjourney. Now it's just doing it all for us, right? We can just click this copy button, right? Once it's done generating. And now I'm just gonna go right to Midjourney, right? And so if this is your first time using Midjourney, the best thing to do is open up the settings panel and you pick your aspect ratio, your model, your aesthetics, and then usually you can leave these blank, okay? So for aspect ratio, I like doing vertical designs in kind of a wider format. So I usually do 4:5, and I just hit tab there to shift to the next one. So 4:5. For the model, I usually like doing raw mode, which just means Midjourney listens to your commands a little bit more. And I'm gonna try 6.1 here. Midjourney V8 is coming soon. I'm really excited for that. But for now, let's rock with 6.1. I love that model, especially for oil painting designs like these. I actually like it a little better than V7 for oil painting designs like these. Don't tell anybody. And then for stylized level, if we take a look back at these, think about this with me. So the stylized level here is, there's some detail with these brush strokes, but it's not like a photograph. That's kind of the way I think about this continuum. It's like photograph on one hand versus like super abstract brushstroke painting on the other hand, right? So that's kind of the style levels. So this is a nice happy medium. And as a matter of fact, in the prompt, I actually call out the style levels here. So number 1 is 150. And if it doesn't have one, it's 100. That's like the default in Midjourney. This one's 250. This one's 100 because it doesn't have one. So I actually love this first one. So let's base it all off that, right? So that was 150 style level, okay? So I'm gonna go back to create here, and I'm just gonna crank this guy up to 150. That's all we have to do. Weirdness and variety, we can keep at 0. Speed, we can keep at fast. Stealth on if you have it. That's only available on the Pro plan and up. And we're not doing videos, we can keep those as is. And now I'm just gonna hit Control V on my keyboard to paste in this big prompt right here. And then I'm gonna hit enter. It's gonna submit all of our jobs all in one go, right? And then they just all start generating. And these are all pretty solid prompts. The new AI GPT uses the latest version, so 5.3, which is just awesome. I mean, look at the level of detail in these prompts. This is just great, right? Okay, so here's where we started. And at this point, I'm just gonna go through these and curate them. You may have seen this before, but this is actually my favorite part of the process. But like, look how many it just made in just one go, right? Even while it's generating, I can just type something as simple as like, give me more, please. Always nice to be polite. And it'll just give us an entirely new set. We can generate these while we're generating the other ones, or we can let them load while we're kind of curating. It makes it simpler than ever before. It's essentially cutting out the middleman. So I'm really proud of PromptSmith Studio. It's also been kind of improved upon. Atlas Muse was amazing. I mean, we've been using it for months and months, but it's actually been improved upon in PromptSmith Studio. Plus, obviously, there's permutation logic as well. And yeah, I mean, I'm just really proud of it. So already, I mean, these look great. I'm just gonna paste in this other block, send it off, and then let's get to curating. So I'm just gonna scroll all the way down here, open up our first batch, make this full screen, and now we're ready to go. So first and foremost, if we look at this guy, first 4 look good. Number 1's my favorite, upscale subtle on that guy. These paths are good, a little bit kind of maybe blurry or like hard to follow, right? This one, same thing. This one I really like. Nice little gondola or whatever you want to call it, like a corridor that you can walk through of trees. Very nice. This one also is like a little bit washed out, kind of hard to follow. I like this one. This one guides my eye through really well to this sort of background landscape here. Better than these few, I think. This one's pretty good, but it's a little kind of muddy, I would almost say. This one's a little too washed out. This one's way too washed out. Ooh, these are pretty good. I like this guy right here. This one's really nice. You can see this kind of old style barn or farmhouse here in the background. It's really nice flowers, bright, colorful, but not too like pastel or crazy, which is just perfect. I think probably better than any of these. This one's good too. I wouldn't give this one a 10 out of 10, but I think it's like an 8 out of 10, right? So I like this too. A little more washed out maybe, but I like it as well. Keep moving here. This one I like. These flowers are really just popping out at me, and the mountains in the background are awesome. Keep moving. A little more washed out, a little more kind of scratchy and like, just not my favorite on that one. Or this one. This guy's good, but then I see this little dude right here and I'm like, what the heck? Same with this one. These guys look like they're kind of running around in the bushes. Not my favorite. This one's pretty good. I like the colors here. This blue and this blue they just look really good. They go well together. This one I like. The reflection looks great here. That's great. Ooh, see this one I don't love, but this one turned out just great. Look at the brush strokes. You can see that, right? Upscale subtle. Pretty good. A little too pastel. That's the word I would use there. Same with this one. Color scheme doesn't look great there. A little too much yellow maybe. Pretty good. Ooh, wow. These petals on the ground look great, or leaves I suppose. And then just this kind of goes off into infinity, which looks really kind of visually pleasing compared to one like this that it ends and it's like your eye just doesn't get guided through very well. So we'll keep going here. Too abstract for me. Too much of these big clumpy brush strokes. I'm not a huge fan of that. Ooh, this one's much nicer, right? Because like we're going for that kind of vintage antique vibe. That's what really crushes on Etsy. If you get a little bit too abstract, it can kind of go off course a little bit. Man, I like these a lot. I like this one. Look at that brush stroke back there. Upscale. This one's pretty good. Again, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10. But I like kind of the symmetry here. Pretty good. This is a little bit of nothingness, which I don't love. This one I like the more I look at it. It kind of goes off to infinity. Very nice. Decent. Whoa. All right. I think I like this one. This one's crazy. This one's like a shot in the dark, but I think we could go for it. Not sure. I'm not sure if this one would sell. But sometimes like darker designs like these can be hit or miss, and sometimes they can be hits, right? This one, the borders are a little too much for me. I kind of like them. I like this one actually. I don't know if I love this one. It's just like the framing isn't great. I like the colors and fine, sure. Let's do upscale set on this one. Why not? Keep moving. Pretty good on these. Ooh, this one I like a lot. Let's upscale this guy. I love the flowers. I love the way this kind of tapers off. This one's pretty good. It looks a little too kind of fantasy. I don't know how to put my finger on that. It just looks like a little more fantasy than this. Maybe the brush strokes are a little too smooth. Yeah, that's just what I see here. This one, I don't love the washed out style up there. This one's a little crazy. This one I quite like. The clouds are really pleasing in this one, and like the flowers down here. Very nice. Very nice. Clouds are great. I mean, if you can get some good clouds, that can really level up an image. Ooh, wow. Yeah, I like these a lot. These sailboats. So now it's kind of about framing and like where the path leads. So this one's decent. Not super symmetrical. That one's pretty good. Ooh, man. I think this is my winner here. None of these I love, but that's okay. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go back to this one, and I'm going to do a very subtle, very strong. See what we can get. I haven't even done that yet. All of these have been so good. Wow. Let's upscale that one. This is great. We nailed it with this 150 style level. That was really good here. It's just the perfect blend of kind of like depth, but also like broad brush strokes and not too photorealistic. Another one, another winner. Upscale subtle. Skip that one, I think. I'm upscaling this one too. Look at these trees. These happy trees. They're so good. Ooh, wow. Look at these colors. This is great. Not as great. Not as great. Not as great. This might get a little crazy. Sometimes like these, I don't know, village paths or whatever you want to call it, don't do super well, especially if there's little people. Again, kind of too abstract. Brushstrokes aren't super nice or appealing there. Same thing. Okay. Foggy, I'm assuming. Misty morning. Yeah, misty is not a great keyword. You know, it's all right. This one actually turned out pretty well, but it just sort of like washes out the whole painting, in my opinion. Maybe that's a personal preference. I haven't seen a lot of success with designs like these either, but yeah, maybe there's a permutation that could make misty work well. But I've just learned misty, foggy sometimes aren't the best keywords. This one I like a lot. This one I like a little bit, not enough. Keep going. A lot of these are really similar. You don't want to have too many that are the exact same, like with this big hollyhocks, right? You know, like these are all very similar. So it's like if I have this next to this, it'd probably take away from the uniqueness of the first one. So I'm just going to upscale that first one like I did. Ooh, this one's nice. I love the shadows. I love how detailed everything is. Upscale. Ooh, this one's nice. Wow. This one's very like simple, but sometimes simple gives you just like a really great focal point, and like everything just kind of blends into one spot. Boom, boom, boom. The nice easy separation. Very nice. Compare that to this next one that's like a little bit more crazy, and you just kind of get like hijacked. You're like, whoa. Okay. Anyway, that's what I think about when I see that. These ones are good. This one's decent, but I don't like the splotchiness here. Kind of weird. Splotchy. Yeah. Not a huge fan. These shadows don't look amazing. You know, like we've seen some better shadows as we've been looking through these. Not a huge fan of these either. Yeah, a couple of these are pretty good, but not a huge fan. Some of these are a little bit too bright or crazy. Like this I'd probably say is a little bit too pastel. Ooh, more the Cherry Blossom Road. That's fun, but I don't know if I love the way it turned out. This one I like. The colors here look great. This guy frames the scene really well. Boom. Unlike this one, which, I mean, this one's pretty good, but it doesn't hit as hard as this one, right? This one feels cozy. It's like you're in there. This one just doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's lacking. Too abstract. This one I like the brush strokes. Not a 10 out of 10, but a pretty good one. This one I think I like. It's just detailed enough. Might be a little crazy. but I really like it. I love the detail in this one. Upscale, and okay, we're back to our upscales at this point. Wow, all right. Well, that went well. We got a lot of generations with that guy. Let's scroll all the way back up to the top here. Lots of good stuff here, okay? So these are still finishing upscaling. What I would do at this point is go to the Organize tab and then filter by upscales and just zoom in a bit. Upscales, and you can actually see all of our designs from today, right? So how many did we get? 33 designs in 2 quick blows with the PromptSmith Studio, right? So that's pretty cool. And, you know, if you've done this before, seen any of my other videos, it wasn't horrible to go between Atlas, Muse, and Vega, but man, I just feel like this is so much more direct. It's like a direct flight versus a connecting flight. It's not bad, but you're just like, come on, really? I got to spend an extra hour doing this? So anyway, in the spirit of automation, I'm just really proud to be releasing PromptSmith Studio to the world. And yeah, I think even the prompting itself is better, on top of the speed improvements and stuff like that, the time savings. So yeah, really proud of it. And again, I'll link that below. You can check out all that, plus the prompts we just used. Now, at this point, it's time to get these posted to Etsy. And we can pretty much do that in 2 simple steps, okay? So we're gonna download it, we're gonna run it through an automation script, and then we're gonna run it through an automated uploader and get them on Etsy, ready to make sales. So the first step is to download them and run them through the script. That just means we click select all here and click download. Midjourney will prep all of our designs and get them downloaded into a zip folder. And then all we have to do is run the script, and it'll put each of these designs in all of our mockups and actually crop and upscale them into the right sizes that a buyer could print out and frame at home. So this is pretty cool, and we really don't have to do anything at all. So the one thing we need is Photoshop. That's the whole ecosystem that this script runs in, okay? So if I open up my folders, I just downloaded this Midjourney zip file. Here's all of our designs. And just to show you, I'm gonna hit Control A. Control A means select all. And I'm gonna hit Control C to copy. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go into Input, and I'm gonna hit Control V to paste, okay? It's gonna paste all of our 33 designs in here, and you can see them all right here, right? And they look great. I mean, I'm really happy with these path designs. If you're struggling, like not sure what to make on Etsy, path designs like these, I know it seems kind of funny, but these path designs absolutely crush. I mean, it's just kind of a way to create a really appealing landscape more than anything, right? It's not about the path, it's about the landscape and the clouds and everything. The path, the country road or country trail or whatever it is. It's almost just like an anchor to create a really beautiful design around it, right? So anyway, we pretty much have done all we need to do for this automation step. Everything is in this input folder, and I have all my mockups in a mockups folder. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna double click this script, or if you're downloading this for the first time, you can do open with Photoshop. And what it's gonna do is open up the script in this little window here. Okay, so this is the whole script. Essentially, it's just you pick an orientation, vertical. You say whether you want to rename and index your files. Usually you want to keep that as yes. It'll just clean up the kind of ugly Midjourney file name. So like this right here, it'll get rid of this weird ID and just add a little number at the front to make things easy. And then we can create cropped images, mockups, and a video if we'd like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click OK and kick this thing off and sort of show you how it works in action. So right away, obviously stuff is happening. It opened up our first mockup, and it's happening a little fast, but it's putting this little swamp design into each mockup and saving it. Save, right? Might be happening a little fast, but let me just make this full screen so stuff's not flashing right in your face. And I'm gonna go into the output folder for verticals. And you can see it actually started right here with our marshland oil painting. And if I go into mockups, you can see it's actually placing this design in each of the mockups as we speak and popping them in, right? It just popped in our new primary right here. And yeah, I mean, these are just real JPEG files that now live on our computer. And after it finishes the mockups for each one, so I just have 6 mockups right here, then it goes into cropped images. You can see it's actually creating our designs right here in front of our eyes. And it's gonna pop in number 5 here. And these are all of the print ready sizes that are actually gonna go on the Etsy listing. So all of these sizes are big enough to print out and frame at home, right? Like 2x3.jpg gets cropped and upscaled to 5600 by 8400 there. 3x4.jpg is 6000 by 8000, right? Et cetera, et cetera. Plus they fit into almost every size that a buyer would want to print out and frame, okay? So like 2x3.jpg, that includes all of these sizes that a user could print out, right? And you can get the size chart in the AI Art Sellers Collective, but essentially these are the preloaded sizes with the script. These are the defaults. These are used by almost every best-selling shop on Etsy. And yeah, it's just, again, to make it easy and just essentially let you start rocking and rolling on day one. So you don't have to mess around with any of this stuff and create it from scratch or whatever else. If I go back here to our big list of designs, it's actually creating all these as we speak. While this is finishing up our designs, I'm actually going to go into the next step of the automation system. And this is actually the bulk uploader for Etsy, and it is called Downpour. So this thing is pretty cool, and this is probably the most powerful piece of this entire automation system. So first and foremost, you can view all of your listings here in Downpour like this, and you can even use AI to bulk edit your images, plus see sales data for your designs, but that's a whole separate video. For now, you can just click bulk upload, and this will send you to, again, the simple screen that just essentially has one major purpose, and that is to bulk upload your template on Etsy, right? So the first thing to do is click quick import. And essentially what this is sort of just a cheat code to make this happen much easier. And you don't really have to type anything in or anything else like that, right? In the spirit of automation, if you open up that quick import drop area, you can just drop in one of your designs like that, and it'll actually read your mockup names and your digital upscaled cropped file names. And then you just click quick import, and it'll actually make your template for you, right? Based on all your mockup names and all of your digital file names, right? So it just read everything. We're good to go. If we want, we can rearrange the order of our images that we want them to be on Etsy, right? So like I want vertical primary to be number 1, and I actually want kitchen counter to be number 2, and this looks good. So I'll hit save here. And this will actually write AI alt text for every single one of these images, which is just kind of an extra SEO boost for your listings. All these digital files will be attached on Etsy, and the script guarantees that they'll be below 20 megabytes, which is the limit for Etsy files. And that's pretty much all there is to it. At this point, once our designs are done, all we need to do is just drag and drop them into Downpour, and they will get uploaded to Etsy on autopilot, and it'll actually write AI titles and tags as it's uploading. And just like that, all 33 of our art designs are now complete. We have all the files, we're ready to upload. Each one of these has mockups with the design inside of each one, right? And the cropped images with the upscaled and cropped file, right? Ready to print out and upload to Etsy. So at this point, we are completely done. And by the way, I went and had some grilled chicken and some mashed potatoes, and it was delicious. And with that, we're good to go. So I'm going to hit Control A again, just like I did earlier. I'm going to drag and drop all 33 of these folders into the drop area in Downpour and release. And what it's going to do is actually break apart the tree, right? Because folders are like a tree structure. And it's actually just going to split apart each listing's worth of folders and images and create the listings right here in front of our eyes in Downpour and begin processing. So you can see all of our mockups right here for this given listing, and then all the listing files uploading, right? So they're popping in right there. So this is our first listing. Scroll down, our second listing. We got our listing images right here. We got our listing files right here. I think there's 360 files, I think it said. So it's uploading literally all of those right now in the background as we're scrolling through for all 33 listings. Yeah, and then here's another image right here, another listing with all of its mockups, all of its files. And so you can see title is required in blank, tags is required in blank, and then each of these says no alt text, okay? So while this is all kind of happening, I'm just gonna scroll up, open up the AI auto-generate panel here, and you can see there's a spot to select a reference image. So we're physically, literally going to send an image to an AI model on the back end, and it's going to analyze the image and then generate us an SEO title optimized for Google and Etsy search, an SEO set of tags, same thing, optimized for Etsy and Google, and alt text for each of your images. And if you're not familiar with that, alt text is essentially a background text field on every single image across the internet. Like even Downpour logo here at the bottom has alt text. It's essentially if you were blind or visually impaired, you could use a screen reader and it would read off the text. Like this might say Downpour logo, but it kind of secondarily acts as a search queue. So like on Etsy, having alt text as a background piece of each of these images actually helps it rank higher in search. So let's show this in action. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click auto generate with the AI alt text checkbox selected. And kind of side note here, you could enter in AI guidance note text. So you could say, hey, I want to use this specific keyword in every single one of my titles, or I want it to be formatted this specific way, or I don't want to use this specific keyword in my titles, right? And yeah, it'll obey that. So you can kind of train the model yourself here with this. I'm just going to leave it blank. And if you saw below here, it just popped in our title and tags into existence. So rustic birch tree path in sunlit forest, cottagecore impressionist landscape, cozy nature inspired wall art, digital printable art 19. So it actually includes the index that the script gave it in the title. And you can turn that off in settings if you want down here. I like it. I think it helps you kind of cross-reference back to the image on your computer, right? So you could be like, oh yeah, that's this folder, right? To each their own. And then it writes your set of tags here like this, right? Plus that alt text like I mentioned. Sunlit forest path, painting, wall art for cozy nook, right? Bright forest trail, printable art for entryway. So it's kind of spreading the SEO keywords as best as possible to let it rank as high as possible in search. Yeah, so I spent a really long time training this model on all these different pieces, title, tags, alt text. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just really proud of it. And like I said, you can add the AI guidance note to kind of fine tune it. But as you can see, 75% of these are generated. And if you scroll down, you can even check out more and more of these. And if you don't love them, you can click this to regenerate it, or you can click the pencil to actually edit any of these pieces yourself and then hit save. So yeah, like I said in the beginning, I mean, I just wanted this system to give you full control of your listings. I mean, right? They're your listings. It's your shop. Like, you ought to have full control. I didn't want to be a software where, yeah, like I said, everything lives on the cloud and you just didn't have the power or the agency to edit your own mockups or control the AI or whatever else, right? Or reorder things. As a seller myself, I knew we needed this stuff, and I just wanted to make kind of the most customizable, but also the simplest upload software and bulk edit software out there. And while this is finishing processing, I thought I would show you one pretty cool thing coming to Downpour in the next release, and that is actually performance page analytics. So this is just kind of a demo mockup, but if you connect your shop in Downpour, soon enough, you're going to be able to see these optimized performance-based numbers that you really can't see anywhere else. So for example, Downpour will be able to figure out your best number of listings to post per week. So for example, it can look at all your data and say, which week did we get the most average sales and how many listings did we post that week, right? So for this user, it was about 40, right? And then here's the bucket, right? 31 to 50. Or you can see listing batches versus days to first sale, right? So instead of average sales, it's in my batches, how long did it take until I got my first sale, right? Which can be helpful to realize. This is probably more important, but this can just kind of give you an expectation for how long it should take to get your first sale based on your batch size. And that leads to kind of this next mockup, which is average time to first sale as its own grid. Yeah, just to kind of give you like something to an expectation, like I said. Because if you realize that your average time to first sale is 26.7 days, suddenly, I don't know, I think it makes you kind of relax a little bit and realize like, oh, okay, this takes a little bit for my listings to snowball, right? And by no means, this seller is not doing poorly. 4 to 6 weeks is sort of the like general average across Etsy. So this is going to release pretty soon. I'm really excited for this. This is just kind of phase one. You'll be able to dig into your actual numbers like sales per day and listings when they post it and cross-reference those. Plus get these kind of interesting insights. And yeah, from there we'll do even more like AI shop review, recommended sales, and even prompt recommendations or styles to double down on, or listings to kind of cut all together. There's a lot we can do with these performance analytics in Downpour, and I'm just really, really excited for it. So yeah, because over kind of 2025, Downpour was focused more on bulk uploading and bulk editing, which kind of came at the end of 2025, early 2026. And now we're doubling down on performance and AI shop reviews and stuff like that, because I think that's kind of the next phase, right? If you have a great shop with great stuff involved and you got some momentum behind you, this is like that point is when you need to see data like this. And on top of that, there's another piece of our roadmap coming soon. So if I pull up the roadmap here in the AI Art Sellers Collective, right now we have the performance page that's in progress. So that'll be kind of our next big feature release, plus PromptSmith Studio, which you just got a sneak peek of right now. And then some other additional updates and some new video guides, like new tools and stuff like that for creating AI art designs. But the up next is some pretty cool stuff. So we have Pinterest automation in the works. This is an auto poster type thing that will actually essentially do your marketing for you in the spirit of automation. And then also Tumbler wrap automation for other digital products as well. So Tumbler wraps, it'll do generative fill on a loop, make them seamless and stuff like that. And then you can post it just like we did with Downpour and stuff like that. And on top of that, you can do other digital products like stickers or PNGs. Pretty much any other digital product will be able to flow through the system. And then, like I said, the AI shop review and some email marketing tools and guides. So yeah, we got some pretty cool stuff on the horizon. But, we're just taking it one step at a time because, yeah, when I release stuff, I want to do it right and make sure it's actually helpful and like make sure there's guides and documentations and stuff so that you can, yeah, just be ready to roll on day one. So in the spirit of automation, here we are. Everything is now complete. All titles and tags are written. All processing is complete. So then we can click upload draft listings. And this will actually create our draft listings in our Etsy shop. You don't have to do anything. You can just sit back here and go eat more grilled chicken or whatever you want to do. Go get a coffee or maybe a tea if that's your style. And you can see it's actually uploading right here. So if I pull open Etsy, let me just go to my listings here. And if I refresh the page, these are some old ones. I think 1 or 2 should already be popping into our shop. Yep, so we got this one right here, right? And you can see it actually has all of our images right here that got just freshly uploaded. And if you actually click it and do alt text, you can see our little alt text right here. So this is live, like a part of the listing, right? And each one gets unique alt text, which is awesome. And then you get all of your files as well, attached directly to Etsy. You can use Google Drive. That's sort of a different flow with the automation. That's fully supported as well. Like it literally uploads to Google Drive, creates a shared PDF, attaches that to your Etsy listing all automatically. It's your own Google Drive, and yeah, you can mix and match. You can also use as many shops as you want inside of Downpour, literally infinitely many shops. So that's pretty cool too. Price quantity, you can put that index that we talked about earlier in the SKU column if you'd like. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You can fill out everything you normally fill out on Etsy with Downpour. And then it just flows into Etsy, and then you're good to go. And the very last step for you is to just check a couple of these guys. And remember, like the listing posting cadence and stuff like that, that's where this will come in. And then you can choose to actually publish them and get them live on Etsy, ready to make sales. Because that's the whole point, right? Use these tools to create a shop like Atlas Vintage or North Prints. Yeah, and just kind of create a passive income machine that can sell while you sleep. So with all that said, we have a ton of awesome updates in the works. And PromptSmith Studio here is the first of those. I'm really proud of this guy. And this is something that has kind of been a long time coming because the 2 GPTs were great, but now that they're unified into one, plus it's just better in both regards. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just kind of the one prompt GPT to rule them all. So I'm really proud of this thing, and we'll just keep iterating on it. I mean, this is just its sort of V1 implementation. Yeah, and it'll just keep getting better and better. But otherwise, yeah, with all that said, I mean, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we just made 33 designs, which, you know, is not 2,000, but it's not a drop in the bucket either. Like I said, if you get your first maybe 100, 200 designs, you can start seeing some real traction with your shop. And like, we just did that in the span of 15 minutes, but you could knock that out in a weekend. Your first 100, 200 designs. And I mean, if you're looking for some inspiration, I think these path designs are great. It's spring right now, so other designs like birds or bunnies or sketch designs, pretty much anything in the natural world is doing great. And, you know, side note, if you stayed this far in the video, even fall and autumn designs will sell year round. The seasons change, but at any point, somewhere in the world is experiencing a different season. So winter bird designs pretty much sell year round. I mean, there's a bigger influx with the Christmas season in sort of the northern hemisphere. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny, like you make these seasonal designs, but they really are evergreen in their own right. Like I was just looking the other day and like tons of fall designs are just popping off right now. I'm like, okay, great. It's the middle of March, but sounds good to me. And we do a ton of prompt drops in the AI Art Sellers Collective. If you want to check that out down below, that's also where the automation lives. Inside the AI Art Sellers Collective, we do a ton of awesome stuff. It's some of the best people on the internet that live here. Like I said, I'll link all the free resources down below. So like the new PromptSmith Studio, plus the prompts that we used for this video, and also the free AI Art Sellers Collective. I have a whole free community that you can check out and join. We have free mockups and some of the other prompts. You can find that in my YouTube profile. Otherwise, check out the full AI Art Sellers Collective for all my best stuff and the automation and everything like that. The best community of art sellers online, actually making this work. But otherwise, yeah, just thank you so much for watching. I hope these tools or this video helps you in some way. I'm really proud of that PromptSmith GPT, and yeah, I think it'll help really kind of tune in your prompts. And I mean, it's trained on some really good stuff. So give it a try. Let me know how it goes. Please leave a comment below this video if you have any other questions, and I'll get to it in the next YouTube Q&A. I'll just read the comments directly and you'll get my live, unfiltered answer. But otherwise, I appreciate you. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.